Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Patch from Scratch. This is Ryan from Oakland Ghosts, and today we are going to be building a patch up from scratch on the Pittsburgh Modular Taiga. If you've joined us before, this series is basically I just take a piece of gear in my studio here and you can watch it standalone, but it's actually part of a broader series where each episode builds on the previous patch that we built on a different piece of gear till we have enough stuff to make a whole song, and then we're going to build a song out of it, we're going to arrange it and all that. So this is actually episode 5. We're going to try to make a bass sound today on the Pittsburgh Modular Taiga. I'm excited because this is my newest synth and I'm still kind of learning my way around it. Hopefully we'll get something really cool out of this. It's got 3 oscillators, which is super fun, and it's kind of a hybrid East Coast, West Coast synth. So there's wave folding, but there's also subtractive stuff. There's a low pass gate. I mean, there's just some really weird stuff, and I have a feeling we'll be able to get a pretty beefy bass sound. At least I hope so. That's the goal. Let's just do a quick recap of where we are so far in the series as a whole. So in the first episode, and I'll post links to all these up in the corner. In the first episode, we built a patch from scratch on the lemon drop, and it sounded like this. So it's kind of droney, but it's got that kind of rhythmic element on top. Right now, and probably for the song, I think I'm going to just hold it on this one note because I don't know, it just sounds cool. After that, we built a kind of percussive texture on the DFAM, on the Moog DFAM, and it sounds like this. And then after that, we built some drums. We made our own custom kit, and then we programmed and sequenced some drums on the Deluge, and it sounds like this. Yes. And then lastly, in the last episode, we were on the subharmonicon, and we just kind of built like a weird kind of polyrhythm melody, and it sounds like this. So there you go. That's where we are so far, and this is what we want to build a bass on top of. So I've got the Taiga running via MIDI over into the Deluge, and yeah, I think right now it's a very default sound. So we're only listening to oscillator 1 right now with the mixer, and that is a sine wave. So the way I usually like to work with the Taiga, and really any synth, I would have more than one oscillator, is I focus on one oscillator at a time. So we'll get the basic sound going with the one oscillator, and I'm not going to worry about filtering yet or anything too crazy with wave folding, or I'm not going to get too weird. I'm just getting the main sound. Then I'll probably try to figure out if I can come up with some kind of line that I can work with this, and I'll kind of kill some of the other synths, and then we'll just start focusing on shaping that sound by building in the other oscillators and using the filter, maybe doing some patching and seeing what we can come up with, seeing if we can get something really cool. So I know this is going to be a bass sound, so I'm going to start lower. Definitely need to learn that. Alright, I'm just going to record something in real quick, just so that I have something that I could listen to and play back while we're trying to knock the sound of what we want. Right now I'm just on a sine wave. Actually, let's change that. I don't like the sine wave. So this is sine. And then they call this warp sine. Or no, that one's just triangle. Not too different. This is a warped triangle, so it's kind of like a hybrid triangle saw. This is the saw. Ooh, I like that. I think I'm gonna use saw to start. So I was just writing a rough line. We'll probably transpose this down, or maybe one of the other oscillators we'll use as a sub oscillator. I don't know yet. I'm going to just write that sequence into the Deluge so that we can just play it back, and then I can kill some of these other synths so we can just focus on this. I'll probably keep the drums and maybe I don't know, 1 or 2 other synths, at least when we're first constructing the sound, just so we can hear the Taiga specifically. And then later down, after we're feeling pretty good about the sound, that's when I'll bring in some of the other instruments and see how it's sitting in the mix, see what kind of adjustments we want to make, what kind of modulation we want to do. Hopefully that makes sense. So, all right, I'm just going to record that sequence real quick. Here we go. Did not play that great, but it'll do. Because I can just rewrite it. Here we go. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to try transposing it down an octave. Yeah, that's already sounding better. So this right here is the wave shaper, they call it. But it's basically folding that wave, that saw wave. I mean, it almost sounds like a filter. I have the filter all the way open into resonance right now. So I'm just gonna adjust the release a little bit, see what we get. So this ADSR is controlling the gate on the signals, and the release is like crazy sensitive. Yeah, I kind of like that right there. I'm going to, this is the dynamics gate, and it's being controlled by ADSR too, but you can get some weird effects with this too. And I'm running it in low pass gate mode right now. This is how much of ADSR, this is an attenuator ADSR2. So it's how much this envelope is affecting the way the gate's opening. This ADSR is controlling the filter. So the filter is basically the cutoffs, on how much the release and the attack is. It's basically turning those knobs so it's like, you can go positive or negative voltage on that. I think if we tune one of these second oscillators low, it might be kind of tight. I'm going to bring in oscillator 2 now, and we'll start shaping this one. So that right now it's a sine. So when it's a square wave, this becomes pulse width modulation. Try tuning this guy down a little bit. I have him as a square right now. And I'm just tuning it by ear. was just kind of trying to get the LFO in time by ear so that this is modulating in closer to in time. That sounded pretty sick already. Alright, I'm going to bring in the third oscillator now. I mean, this is dry too. This is with no effects really, right? Other than modulating. Just adding a little bit of noise, so it's just a little runner. I'm just detuning it just a little. I'm going to bring in some of the other instruments here. And I just want to hear what this all kind of sounds like together. I don't know if this bass line's it yet, but I'm just trying to get the sound and see where it sits. All right, here we go. Now I'm hard syncing oscillator 1 and 3 using oscillator 1 sine wave. Sounds interesting. Yeah. So now I just want to try seeing if we can come up with a different bass line. I don't know if I love that thing that we recorded, but it kind of served its purpose in helping us try to find a sound. Oh, that sounds massive. Ooh, sounds nice. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I think we got our bass, and that is just sounding so thick and crazy. I love it. So yeah, there you go. There's still a lot I kind of want to do with this. I kind of want to mess with some of these oscillators. It's got a sample and hold, which is fun to mess with, so that might be cool too. So I might still patch it up, but for right now, this is feeling pretty tight. It sounds super thick and meaty, and that's exactly what you get from a great oscillator. Monosense, right? So yeah, there you go. Patch from scratch on the Taiga. That's how we got a nice cool bass sound that I think adds a little something to the song we've been building over the course of these episodes. If this is interesting to you, if it's helpful to you, consider subscribing. Helps us out a ton. But yeah, I'm gonna play us out on this because this just sounds sweet. I'll catch you next time. I'll probably be hopping over to the Deluge or the Mother 32 at that point. That's it for tonight. Ryan out.